Guys, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for having me, your favourite YouTuber. And yeah, I appreciate you lot each and every time. And before I crack on, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all you subscribers. Or if you're not a subscriber, you view me on a regular basis. Or if you view it in a sporadical basis, just however you are supporting the thing, innit? Whether you're liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, just thank you, innit? You make the difference. But Reiss Nelson or Reiss Nelson watch, I will come on. I won't be able to watch every German game he's playing in, but I will endeavour to see highlights and see how he's doing and things like that, so I can honestly tell you guys the level I think he's at upon his return next season. He got his first start against Hanover yesterday, people. Sadly, it only lasted 45 minutes. I felt he had some good touches. He probably, similar to what he does at first team level to a degree at Arsenal, because he's still learning his craft and learning to think more. Probably played a bit too safe for me, because I know he's got a bit about him. Probably was trying to take his manager's instructions in a literal sense a bit too much. Probably wasn't trying to. Probably don't feel as comfortable yet, as free yet as he wants to be, because he's been on the crust of the side first start. It's a difficult position for a young player, because you find yourself having a choice to make, in the sense of, do I need to stick to what the manager's told me and run the risk of probably not playing my natural game or expressing myself as much as I can on the basis of trying to do anything to get yourself subbed or anything like that. Or do you do things off the crust as a bit of a maverick and use your youth against you, in the sense that young players, technically it's a good thing, but it's not. They tend to be undisciplined. They'll do something a bit maverick-like to get you out of trouble. And if that worked, the manager might keep you in the side, but he might not be able to fully trust you. For what it's worth, in the 45 minutes, I think I think he did all right. He had some good touches. He linked up well. Playing in the 10 role, I don't want to say it's unfamiliar, because he can play across the front four positions, 5 if you include up front, even though that's not him. Yeah, he just played a bit safe. Probably didn't get into the game as much. I did think he had half a chance that he could have done better with. I'm not saying score, but done better with. But he done all right. He didn't stand out. It was a bit harsh to see that he was subbed at half time. But I mean, they went away and they scored shortly after. I mean, I stopped watching it at 2-0, to be fair, because Nelson's not on it. There's not much more for me to watch the game. Shout to Joe Linton and Florian Grisk. I can't say his name, but you've seen the video about him. Two players I've caught my eye while I've been watching Hoffenheim. But he did alright. He played in the 10 because it looked like they played a 3-5-2 position with two midfielders behind Nelson, and obviously things like that, and then the two up front. So I wouldn't say it's an unfamiliar position or formation for him, because he played in the 10. He's played at fullback with 3 at the back while he was at Arsenal, making his 16 appearances last year. So yeah, either way, it's a learning curve, because you've now seen him come off the bench and score initially. You've seen him not come off the bench. You've seen him start and then subbed at half time, which is, I don't want to say it's hurt his confidence, because the manager makes choices, and Nagelsmann's skilled with young players and things like that. So he probably told him, listen, but it's a learning curve. The only way Nelson can look at that is, you might have had a terrible game and the manager just hooked you. You learn from that, see what you did wrong, and you come out the other end. Or you can see of what you didn't do, but what the manager told you to do that you didn't do, and apply that into training, or what you feel you could have done better. Either way, it's a learning curve for him. I mean, it's an experience. If this was under 23 level, win, lose or draw, good form, bad form, or doing nothing, Nelson's staying on the pitch more often than not. Nelson is starting every game. He's not a complacent lad. He doesn't, for someone that's so good and has been billed as being the next talent since Wilshere, him and Emerald Smith, give or take. I'm shocked at his humbleness. He's a very humble lad. So I don't think he thinks he deserves anything. But at academy level, subconsciously, you will know these things play on your mind subconsciously, and you will know. And everything went his way at under 23 level. He won Player of the Year. I mean, he was clearly a step above that. Now he has to earn his stripes again. Yes, Arsenal fans, selfish point of view, we want him to. You saw me lock off the game after he's been subbed. Selfish point of view, we want him to play every minute of every game there. But Hoffenheim have their own agendas and their own objectives for the season. They're dealing with their own pressures from the fans. Ultimately, he's just another player. Yeah, he's younger. Yeah, he's an English wonder kid on loan from Arsenal. But he's just another lad in that side that has to earn his spot. And clearly, Nagelsmann is still trying to help him adapt to life in Germany, help him adapt to the team and what's expected of him. And he's just got to earn his spot in the side, because clearly he's not in the immediate thinking of it. In the same way that Jadon Sancho is a rotation option. It's down to him at Dortmund to make sure he's the number one starter now, which I do think he should be, essentially, because every time he comes on the pitch, there's a raised tempo about him. But yeah, you saw it. You saw against Dortmund. Sadly, Nelson didn't get to play, but it is what it is. either way, these experiences together with the experience he gained and build upon on last year will make him a stronger player. All we really want is more confidence. Confidence comes from playing games at a high level in different circumstances, and he is whether you believe he's confident or not. For me, he clearly is. He's a brave lad. Few young, well, obviously I'm exaggerating because it's not entirely true saying few youngsters would take on a loan in a different country anymore, but few youngsters would do things like that, going on loan to a new country. I hope his advisors, and obviously he's got advisors and liaison people that look after him, and he's got his family and stuff. But more or less, 9 times out of 10, I guarantee he's in Germany more or less alone, not fending for himself, but fending for himself. And at 18, turning 19 in December, I commend him for that. It's bravery. Go outside his comfort zone. He's someone that doesn't want to rest on his lows. He could have stayed at Arsenal, and he probably would have been on the bench a couple of these games in the Premier League that we've played, maybe even made minutes. And he undoubtedly would have started against Brentford in the week. But where would that get him? Going to Thingy has got him playing Champions League football, possibly league football, and he's going to come back a stronger player. And ultimately, I might be thinking out too hard ahead now, but in 10, 11, 15 years from now, when it's all said and done for his footballing career, and he has to, hopefully he's invested his money and found ventures to do, or maybe he has other interests and career paths he wants to take outside football. When it's all said and done and he looks back on his career, there's minimum what ifs. What if I took that loan spell? What would have happened? What if I didn't take that chance? And if we look at it away from football, 19 years of age, most people don't even want to move out their house. Most 19-year-olds can't even boil an egg without their mum's supervision, much less go and live in another country. It's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. For me, I think that's so fantastic. The opportunities that come about simply by being a footballer. You look at Maitland-Niles and Iwobi, two inner city London kids. I mean, they've got to see China, Australia, all parts of America and Asia, and all different parts of the country. I think that's one of the massive things about being a footballer, man. Seeing corners of the earth that you have no business in, or you wouldn't ever consider going to. So yeah, man. Credit to Nelson. Obviously, again, the game against Hanover and Dortmund haven't gone your way on the basis that you were subbed in this game after 45, 46 minutes. Didn't get off the bench against Dortmund. And yeah, but it's down to you to keep playing, keep your head up, keep committed. Hopefully you get a look in the weekend. I'd love to see he retains his spot, but it's down to Nagelsmann. But either way, I'll endeavour to watch the game, the highlights, and bring you guys a review of it in some capacity. Like I said, I won't be able to do this all the time in every game because we'll be here for 38 games if that's how much the Bundesliga man then play. But yeah, guys, thank you for your time anyways. DG.